absurd. It's hilarious. You know, there's a former general manager of the football franchise is infamous where he said that the team wasn't doing very well, but they were winning off the field. What Fanny was talking about. She's winning in ways apparently that we are unfamiliar with, because she's certainly not winning within the court of law and within the court of public opinion.
Hi guys, welcome back to Xcom 2.
That's such a easy question. I'm glad you pointed this out. It's not a gotcha question. It's an easy question. It should be one that he doesn't have to consult with anybody about. You know, when he's asked about when that romantic relationship began and when it ended, it's a basic HR question as well, one that he needs to be able to answer. And I think that the fact that he had to go and consult, you know, and get signaled is a sign that whatever he really needed to say in that moment was not something that was going to be helpful to him at all, and certainly not helpful to Ms. Willis. So look, this whole thing has been a disaster from day one.
Oh my gosh, it's the best video ever. Ben and Charlie, great to see you both. All right, radical leftists and criminals, people looting, destroying things. What do they have in common? We'll unmask it.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. Or this family camper that sleeps 5, now just $108 a month. Or this well-appointed couples camper for just $175 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. We've worked with our preferred bank partners to lower monthly payments like never before, so we can make RVing more affordable than ever before. Click, call, or come into your local Camping World to take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
We're here with Chris Moonhan of our local leaf filter. So Chris, tell us how leaf filter is different from every other gutter protection on the market.
With leaf filter's patented filter technology, there are no gaps, no openings, no place for debris to get in at all. And we install leaf filter on your existing gutters. It's a permanent solution. You'll never have to climb a ladder to clean out your gutters again.
That's amazing, Chris. Tell me about the process.
Simple and easy. Just give us a call, set up an appointment. We'll come out and give you a free gutter inspection. If they're sagging, we'll repair them. If they're broken, we'll replace them. If they're in good shape, our local team will install leaf filter in as little as a few hours.
Wow, and I understand you guys have a lifetime no clogs guarantee.
We do. It's actually a lifetime transferable no clogs guarantee.
You know, that's peace of mind and then some. So how do people sign up?
To schedule your free inspection, call 833-LEAF-FILTER today. Our agents are standing by. Or visit leaffilter.com.
We at Visiting Angels want to thank you for welcoming us into your home, no matter where that home may be. The challenge of aging doesn't go away. And for over 25 years, it's been our pleasure providing caregivers that we would have caring for our own mothers and fathers. Visiting Angel, where compassion meets commitment and love is our service.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care. Look at this. I love my new body. I love my new shape.
This summer, feel confident in anything with Sono Bello One Visit Permanent Fat Removal.
I saw the results immediately.
I feel amazing.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50 and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's best offer of the year. Call or go to sonobello.com.
It will change your life.
This is how AG1 works to deliver foundational nutrition that tastes great too. With AG1, quality comes first. Using subtly fruity flavor from the essences of pineapple and vanilla, with no added sugars or artificial sweeteners. Look forward to your morning routine and start your day with great taste. Upgrade your daily habit today at drinkag1.com.
Tonight, Trump's been gagged in a cage all spring, but now he is on the loose. As the former president works to unify his party in D.C., Jesse has critical analysis on prime time.
I'm going to take a burger.
Oh, hey. Really, what was the question?
Let me guess. What's driving high level extra
Can I go? I don't. What? Think you're going to try the prize. Think again. Look at that reactions on your concentration.
Message from Angela.
We're good to go.
It's never too early, too late to ask for help. There is a way out.
Wherever criminals are coddled, things will spin out of control. And last night, radical Hamas sympathizers took over a Cal State Los Angeles school building, barricading all exits, trapping school employees inside.
We're trying to get our money taken away from the genocide that's happening in Gaza. The tactic we use here, we have folks that chain themselves to the front door of the building. They will not unchain themselves until we have a commitment from the university president to divest university funds.
And in New York, a mob blocked off streets and set off flares. Now, that's outside an exhibit memorializing October 7th victims in Israel. They even threatened rioters on the subway.
Raise your hand if you're a Zionist! Raise your hand if you're a Zionist! This is your chance to get out!
That is terrifying. Joining me now, Stephen Miller, former senior advisor to President Trump, founder of America First Legal. Stephen, now, imagine if there were any slightly leaning right people who did anything like this, under any circumstances, in the streets of America, what they'd be doing. But these people can put on masks or, some type of head scarf or headgear and conceal their identities. And everyone's like, oh, isn't this all wonderful? What's happening here?
Well, Joe Biden has unleashed a wave of political violence all across this country, in our college campuses and in our blue cities. And he has condoned it through inaction. In other words, through deliberate failure by the Department of Justice to enforce federal law. Joe Biden has sent the message that he approves of this political violence, this anti-Jewish, anti-American, anti-Christian intimidation. And by also giving aid and comfort and support to both Iran and Hamas, he is further sending the message that America supports the behavior and conduct of the terrorists. And this, more than anything else, is why Joe Biden is responsible for this. And I would also add to your point, if the right engage in 1/1000 of what we're seeing on our city streets today, they, their families, their relatives, their associations would all be in solitary confinement for the next decade more.
Well, liberal radicals were seen waving the Hezbollah flag and the long-live October 7th flag. But they're more worried about what the Appeal to Heaven flag, which has historic significance in the United States. That's the threat?
Yes, they had a weeks-long, nationwide, the Democrats and the left, public meltdown, and of course their friends in the press, over Alito's wife flying an Appeal to Heaven flag, which is a mainstream patriotic symbol of was flown in outside City Hall in San Francisco, going back to our founding era. And yet, as you pointed out, Joe Biden's supporters and left-wing Democrats are flying Hamas flags
all over this country, which is a genocidal terrorist organization that rapes and murders and tortures and kidnaps both Israelis and American citizens. So Joe Biden, again, he is the one who's responsible for this wave of religious intimidation and political violence.
They don't terrorize the U.S. I think they embarrass the United States. I mean, most American citizens see this as a complete and utter embarrassment, and these people are ignorant and they're hateful. Stephen, again, you have the right political views. You lean toward Biden, and you can get away with just about anything. Stephen, you've been all over this. Thanks so much. All right, it's not just Biden who needs a short leash. We have damning new details about Commander the Dog. Yeah, we'll chew over those details. Plus, starting a family is now fascist. We expose the left's latest attack next.
Honestly, I was scared when I was told age-related macular degeneration could jeopardize my vision.
Great. One more thing to worry about.
It was all too hard to deal with at the beginning. But making a plan with my doctor to add Preservision was easy.
Preservision A-Reds 2 contains the exact NEI-recommended clinically proven nutrient formula to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
Thanks to Preservision, I feel better that I'm doing something about it, like millions of others.
Preservision.
Every generation, somebody arises to annihilate us. Nearly 50% of Jews in America have changed their behavior for being targeted.
The student came down directly in my face. He died at me. Your grandparents should have burned and died, and I ran to stop it.
What's going on campuses now reminds me of World War II. Just imagine what would have happened if kids like that TikTok.
Anti-Semitism in America, narrated by Benjamin Hall, only on Fox Nation.
Some people would rather crash than slow down. I built this club out of nothing. This is my family. This is war.
Attention telecom powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products, like Johnson's baby powder and shower to shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains that its products are safe and do not cause cancer or other illnesses. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalkclaims.com or call 888-431-4056.
This is our last chance to help save thousands of Holocaust survivors who are suffering in the former Soviet Union today.
The needs that these forgotten Jews have are something beyond anything you can imagine.
Have you eaten this morning?
I ate the carrot, so I ate half of it yesterday, and this is what she ate in 2 days, 1 carrot. Please pray for me.
The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews began this ministry to help elderly Jews living in horrible poverty around the world. We urgently need your gift of $25 now to help provide one survival food box with all of the foods they critically need for their plan for 1 month. When you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives.
It breaks my heart to know that there are Holocaust survivors who suffer to this very day. Now, with pensions of less than $2 per day, they live in some of the poorest conditions imaginable.
I believe in God, but I sometimes feel maybe He forgot me. Perhaps you could tell my story, and I would find a matching soul that would understand. I face hunger again.
Please don't delay. Call, scan, or go online now to help rush one survival food box to a Holocaust survivor. When you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives.
This is what God wants from us. Just feed the hungry.
If you hear God's voice, I'm asking you to ask Him now.
Do it when it's on your heart. Pray that they'll know in their final months that they're not alone.
This is the easiest non-toxic swab you'll ever make. Luminous toothpaste was made by dentists designed to break up plaque and remove any possible in your mouth. So it'll keep your teeth and whiten your teeth without teeth. You can find aluminum toothpaste at Walmart and Target.
Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why Select Quote makes getting coverage you need easy. Now get up to a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage.
Visit SelectQuote.com now.
People thinking my daughter is my sister, that never gets old. With CeraVital Advanced, I wake up refreshed.
CeraVital is an award-winning beauty supplement at Ulta. Get started today at tryceravital.com. At SimpliSafe, we build advanced security sensors and cameras for your whole home, powered by 24/7 professional monitoring and Fast Protect technology, exclusively from SimpliSafe for faster police response. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
The war in Gaza is a growing challenge for President Biden.
At least 1,000 migrants are illegally crossing right here every day.
The majority of those suspected terrorists were arrested right here in New York City.
Only on Fox News Channel.
All right, is it time to sequester the witness? Because a new report has Biden being aware of what Commander did with just a few choice Secret Service agents. Fox News senior national correspondent Kevin Cork is here with all the chewy details. Kevin.
Brilliantly written, my friend, even to you. Now, Judicial Watch is giving us a window, an exclusive one, in fact, into the harrowing circumstances surrounding Mr. Biden's dog Commander and his numerous attacks on Secret Service agents, which apparently tops 36, according to new records. What's more, the president himself, Laura, was apparently present.
Excellent.
At least 3 of the attacks. Now, the folks over at Judicial Watch asked for any and all records related to incidents of aggression and fights involving the family dog Commander, including but not limited to communications sent to and from Secret Service officials. More on that in a moment. Now, the dog has been known to bite lots of folks, including those sworn to protect the president. A lot of examples out there. Maybe folks didn't know about as many, but how about this one? Quote, as I started to walk toward him, talking about the president, to see if he needed help, Commander ran through his legs and bit my left arm through the front of my jacket. I pulled my arm away and yelled, no! Otis also yelled to Commander. Otis then redacted. Now the story went on to add this, I obliged Commander, let him pet me, but then after that the dog jumped and bit my left arm for a second time. The president yelled at me. I have 3 holes in my suit jacket, 1 all the way through. No skin was broken. Oh man, what a mess. There were other conversations as well, Laura, about getting the dog muzzled. This is from an email from September 2023. Heads up, and FYI, TMZ just reported a dog bite at the White House. Can we please find a way to get this dog muzzled? Somebody else said we must get this dog muzzled. Another said, geez. Another said, unbelievable. Of course, you may recall Major, the other first dog, was also rehomed back in 2021 because it too had a fighting problem.
Kevin, this is a failure of training, okay? And they didn't come clean about this. The dogs can be trained. They have access to the best dog training in the world through the Secret Service, and this went on and on.
100%. And I grew up with German Shepherds.
I love German Shepherds.
Dogs. They're wonderful. This is a real problem.
Kevin, thank you. All right, the next target, the family. Now, one far left radical now even saying that the idea of family has Nazi origins. Children, kitchen, church, according to Nazi ideology, those were the central tenets of women's lives. In Hitler's Germany, mothers were discouraged from entering the workforce and were even paid to stay at home with their children. It was about incentivizing white, ethnically German women to reproduce and keeping them from gaining too much independence. So, according to the left, if you love your family, you want to raise a family, well, you're bordering on being a Nazi. And if you ask a Biden voter their ideas of what's important, only 19% say society is better off when marriage and family are prioritized. Joining me now, Isabel Brown, Turning Point USA contributor, as well as Nita Duffy Alfonso, contributor at The Federalist. Isabel, what is going on here? They really hate marriages and kids, I guess.
They sure do, Laura. This is just the latest in a string of rhetoric we've seen over the last decade or so. Black Lives Matter trying to say that we should abolish the nuclear family. You have feminists arguing to abolish the nuclear family, writing books about this in the UK, which has contributed
to record low marriage rates in the entire developing world across Europe, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and right here at home in the United States. But I have to tell you, I have a lot of faith in Generation Z. A recent per-campus study conducted on the younger half of Gen Z found that 93% of our generation still wants to get married. In this time, you are labeled a Nazi or a religious extremist or a fascist for doing so. And I think this is a countercultural backlash and pendulum swing that you're watching happen in real time in the United States when everything in culture is demonizing marriage and family. There's nothing more punk rock and radical to embrace.
Well, Evita, this is quite something. I mean, they talk about how right-wing authoritarianism has rarely existed without conservative gender roles. They go on, enabling and perpetuating it, submissive homemakers, obedient childbearer, et cetera, et cetera. But then they're also celebrating in another piece in the New York Times how women are leaving organized religion. So they're happy when women don't get married and leave their church. That just sounds wonderful, doesn't it, Vita?
Well, none of the left-wing cultural Marxist ideology has not made women happy. Let's start there. But the reason the left is smearing families is because they fear family, right? If you are loyal to your family, you're not loyal to the state. This is what Marxist regimes have done throughout human history. And to talk about women, particularly, they've been the greatest victims of cultural Marxism. Fat acceptance, hookup culture, all of these things that the left pushes on young women have ultimately made them deeply unhappy. Liberal women are the most mentally ill demographic in America. Pew Research, look it up, I swear to you. And so it's made women extremely unhappy. And ultimately, Democrats don't care that these people are unhappy and that they're pushing ideology that is so cancerous on them, because if the longer they are single and bought into the left-wing ideology, the longer that they remain strident Democrat voters. So ultimately, it's about politics, and ultimately humans and what's really best for society ends up
you hit it. Yeah, you hit it, Isabel. It's a threat to them. It's a threat to their power structure. Family, faith first. The government's not so important suddenly. Neither is politics. Isabel, are you getting married? Did I just hear that? You're about to get married yourself?
I am on June 29th, right around the corner.
All right. So this is great. I think there's a revival toward not traditional, but just the things that matter most, the things that have enduring importance in our lives. Congratulations on that. Best wishes was to say. Evita, thank you. We're going to do a lot longer segment on this later on. That's it for us tonight. Make sure to follow me on social media. Thank you for watching. Remember, it's America now and forever. Jesse Waters and the gang. They take it from here.
Welcome to Jesse Waters Prime Time. Tonight,
we have great unity, we have great common sense, we have one thing in mind, and that's making our country great.
Trump back in Washington, Biden in Italy, getting lost.
I think she should step down. If she won't step down, should the Democratic Party move her? I would think so.
Wanda the ballot stuffer, wearing thin.
The first runner is
A man wins Miss Maryland. Happy DEI Thursday. Plus, are you a manly man?
No.
A swing and a miss. Those are the words a batter never wants to hear. But at last night's congressional baseball game, it's all Democrats heard.
Rock and a line from Stubbe. And a swing and a miss. A swing and a miss. Dan Goldman from New York. And a swing and a miss that will end the inning.
Republicans roughed up Democrats 31-11. And yeah, that's a baseball score. Maybe a little preview of what's coming in November. If you think about it, baseball's kind of like politics. If you keep striking out, you put the other team back at bat. All season, Democrats have been striking out with hoax after hoax. The dictator on day one, bloodbath and revenge. put the other team back at bat in their own home stadium, Washington, D.C. Donald Trump back on Capitol Hill for the first time in almost 4 years. The former president spent the day meeting with House Republicans, senators, and businessmen.
This was a great meeting. There's tremendous unity in the Republican Party. We want to see borders. We want to see strong military. We want to see money not wasted all over the world. We have great common sense. A lot of very smart people in this room, and a lot of people that love our country. They love our country beyond just about all else. And the only thing that maybe supersedes it is their family and maybe their faith in certain instances, and that's very nice. But they want this country to be great again, and we're going to make it great again.
Donald Trump's running around D.C. trying to unite the party and the country because teamwork makes the dream work. And we've never seen the Republican Party this united under Trump. They even gave him a birthday cake. There was so much love and unity in the room, it broke Adam Schiff's brain. Watch.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
The Schiff's battle cry was heard by the media, and they went to work, doing what they do best.
Apparently, the former president made reference to Hannibal Lecter and said, nice guy, quote, he even had a friend over for dinner. So we've seen Trump out on the campaign trail praising Hannibal Lecter. Apparently he did it again this morning. Not sure we fully understand the context of that.
We weren't inside the room, but neither was CNN, and that's the point. So we did what journalists do. We went to our sources who were actually there. Did Trump really call the flesh-eating serial killer a nice guy? No. Trump was joking that if he said something about Hannibal Lecter, the fake news media would say he was praising him. And CNN took the bait. And that wasn't the only hoax. I'm getting word, from my producers, we have a new hoax alert.
New hoax alert. New hoax alert. New hoax alert.
He said, as has gotten a lot of publicity, and we wrote this, that he doesn't like Milwaukee. It's a horrible city, he says. The campaign has pushed back on that. Everybody comes out and says he didn't say it. Of course he said it. I mean, that is according to almost everybody in the room.
But everybody in the room says he didn't say it. As soon as the news broke, people inside of the room debunked it. A congressman says, I was in the meeting. President Trump never disparaged Milwaukee. Another one, I was in the room. President Trump did not say this. Another, Trump was specifically referring to the crime rate in Milwaukee. Here's what Trump had to say.
Democrats are also hitting you on this comment that you made about Milwaukee, the host city for the RNC, for the convention, and they seem to believe that you said that it was a horrible city. Can you just nip us in the bud and clarify what you meant?
No, I think it was very clear what I meant. I said we're very concerned with crime. I love Milwaukee. I have great friends in Milwaukee, but it's, as you know, the crime numbers are terrible. And we have to be very careful.
So how's the media directly quoting him if they're not in the room with him? And then telling the people inside of the room that they're wrong. It's what Nancy Pelosi calls the wrap-up smear. You smear your opponent with lies, the press writes about it, that validates it, and then the politicians run with it. And as soon as the media reported the hoax, the mayor of Milwaukee rushed to the camera.
If Donald Trump wants to talk about things that he thinks are horrible, all of us lived through his presidency, so right back at you, buddy.
Joe Biden saying, quote, I happen to love Milwaukee. He obviously didn't write that himself. Kamala Harris saying Milwaukee's a beautiful city. And for the record, Milwaukee was the third most violent city in the nation. Third most. So when primetime goes to the convention, Johnny's going to probably have 2 bodyguards. Democrats are down late in the game. Their pitcher's throwing trash. You can't yank them because you have no bullpen. Look at Kamala. So you just have to keep throwing trash. There's more. The media wants you to think Trump spends every waking second plotting revenge.
I'm told there's a similar dynamic behind closed doors when he meets with advisors or other Republicans, where he'll talk about revenge, sometimes get a look like, well, do you really mean that? And he makes it clear he does. This is retribution. That's the word that has been the center of this Trump campaign for a year now. They're not going to be grown-ups in the room this time. They're not going to be guardrails. It's just going to be true believers and loyalists. And if Trump says he wants revenge, if Trump says I want to target a particular person or institution, they're going to do just that.
Who are these Trump advisors that are leaking this BS to MSNBC? They don't exist. It's made up. Trump's people don't talk to this guy. Look at him. He's on Morning Joe. Political. People inside of the room told us revenge never came up. Economy, foreign policy, and elections was forward-looking. A feeling that Washington hasn't felt in 4 years. That's not revenge. That's success. And like Trump says, success. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. He did not praise Hannibal Lecter.
No, much to this to CNN's despair, he did not. But he did joke about the fact that they were going to report fake news. And ironically enough, of course, Jesse, many of us were there. They didn't want to talk about the fact that he has a plan in dealing with Ukraine and dealing with our foreign policy debacles that this administration has caused. But it was all net positive, and we're very excited about the polling numbers that we're hearing for November.
What were the policies that he was discussing today?
Shade this.
With you guys.
I think the number one issue that he has is especially concerned for what's happening right now with Russia. Obviously,
okay, we'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.
With Russia warships off the coast of Cuba and also Florida. But I think more importantly,